Welcome to What's the Issue with Mike Robb. This story right here is going to be one that touches home with me because, as you guys know, I've been doing Uber and Lyft before Uber and Lyft. I started as a shuttle man, now Sucks Rides. And so this is a backstory on how it could be dangerous, how it could be safe. Today I got on the show, I got Mr. Derek Wheeler, and he's going to let us know his story because a lot of you don't know the story. You've heard about it, you've read about it, but you don't know actually what happened. So take a look at this.
And battery in Howard County. Deputies say 54-year-old James Hampton stabbed 35-year-old Derek Wheeler early Saturday morning. We're told Wheeler is in critical condition. Authorities say the stabbing happened on County Road 750 West, but deputies later arrested Hampton in Kokomo.
Welcome to What's the Issue, Mr. Wheeler.
This will be our part, and it'd be the only story that really consists of anything. Everybody thinks that I just got stabbed initially of getting out of the cab. We stepped outside the what I call the filling station. Used to be a numerous amount of names for that.
Right,
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, yeah.
It's been a monument. So we're there, and it's no different than any other night, which I hadn't been out in a while anyways. I went out, and we'd already been in one cab. Was great. Service was great. I think it was even Lyft or something of those means. When we go out, I'm literally on the phone with an Uber, and they put you on hold. Well, he's the suspect, James. He gets out of the car.
James Hampton, right?
Yeah, James Hampton. He gets out of the car immediately because he hears us on the phone talking to a cab driver. Right. So he hops out and diminishes the fact that, hey, I'm an Uber driver, and I just got off a route, and I'm here and I can get you on my next route.
Wait, so he tells you he's an Uber driver? Never met the guy before?
Never met the guy. Never seen the guy in my life.
Did he look the part, though?
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a typical cab driver, if you don't know.
Yeah, not like me. Not like Lux
I mean, not
rides.
really, no. I mean, just
Right.
most of them got beards. Some of them look all different. You just, and the car wasn't very nice. It was like any other cab drive. The cars ain't perfect. You can tell.
But you're doing a little bit of drinking. You wanted to ride home.
Yeah, and
so.
we got in the car.
Right.
And then we go out and had this girl with us. We didn't really know her. I knew her from high school. Okay. Hadn't seen her in 20 years.
Right.
And she wanted to go with us. And I was like, well, come on, you can ride with us from the Palace.
So you, your buddy, and the girl.
We had initially took a real cab
Right.
from the Palace to the filler.
Okay.
But our next cab was James Hampton.
James Hampton.
And we got in that car, and she was inebriated. We had to leave the filler because
The lady friend you're with.
yeah,
right.
And I wasn't gonna leave her behind. Like,
correct.
Hey, let's go. No, we're not gonna do that. We took her with us and made sure she got. I mean, they were supposed to take a second ride. My buddy Telma Nix.
Okay.
And I don't forget what that girl's name was. Her first name was Chastity, whatever.
Okay.
But they were supposed to be an initial ride back. So when I got to my house, he was supposed to have them in his custody to take them to their next.
But something
next
changed
location.
on the way.
I got out and tried to pay him. He refused to take my money, and he said this one is on the house.
But back up before that, I remember you saying something about she had to throw up in the doors.
Yeah, she was throwing up, and we had to stop the car. Well, we all tried to get out the car, and some odd reason the child locks were on.
Right.
So we couldn't get out of the car. So as the night's going, that should have been immediate red flag. Like, we was held captive at that moment.
So did he get out and let you guys out for her to throw up?
Yeah, he let us out, and he could have stabbed us all right there and then had that girl if that's what he really wanted.
Right.
That would have been his best option, but he didn't.
Right.
We all got back in the car, and then I was like, well, he didn't kill us yet. At that point, we didn't know. We didn't think about it.
Right. So you get back in the car.
Maybe they were accidentally on, but come on now.
Right.
And so we get back in the car. We get to my house, and I try to pay him. Well, my buddy, he's outside the car, and he doesn't really see in the car, but I can see perfectly in the car. I'm getting my make sure no one leaves anything behind.
Correct. You checking.
Yeah, checking.
I mean,
so if he's gone, I know he's gone.
Right.
And he had tried grabbing on her and sexually harassing her while she was passed out. And I said, hey, man, I said, we'll pay you, whatever. But I said, what you done was wrong because she has no idea you're even touching her.
So wait, pause. So you're saying he was feeling on the girl after the doors are locked. You guys got to the house. You're saying he was feeling on the girl?
Yeah,
Like
in the car from the front seat. She was laying in the back seat. He tried touching her.
like through the seat.
Yeah, like through the
And
seat.
you were wearing passenger
And
seat?
I was on the other side. I got out this side of the car. I got off the driver's side, ran around to the passenger, was helping my buddy get her out of the car.
So your buddy was in the passenger seat.
And we were all in the back seat.
Oh, everybody's in the back
Everybody
seat.
was in the back seat.
Oh, so he's bold.
Yeah.
So he's reaching through the seat
Yeah, he was reaching through the seat to the back seat.
as you guys exited the car.
As I was getting things out of the car and helping her out of the car, he was caressing her. So.
Wow. So that was a red flag.
And at that point, I said, Tillman, I said, man, you might as well just chill here for a couple more hours. We'll get you a ride in the morning, because that guy's a weirdo. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just touched her, and like that wasn't a thing. She didn't even know that the detectives wanted a statement from her.
Right.
It would have been non-valid. She
Right.
didn't know anything. She didn't know what happened that night.
So 2 red flags. The doors were locked, and then you get to the house, and he's feeling on the girl. Mm-hmm. So where's your mind go from there?
My mind went to immediately not letting them go to town to their next destination.
So you kept them at your house?
Yeah, so we hung out, me and Tillman did, until about 4:45. We finally made it upstairs. I was getting ready to go to bed.
Right.
And I hear my mom saying something to whoever. Well, it's James Hampton. He somehow came up our driveway with the lights off in that car.
So the same Uber driver,
Same Uber driver.
supposed Uber driver,
Yep.
came back to your home.
Yep.
How was the time? What was the time?
An hour and 45 minutes later, he was back at the house from
So
the time he dropped us off.
Okay. And what happened?
And he came in the driveway with his headlights out. So he was trying to sneak up the driveway.
Okay.
And within those moments, I didn't know he had been in my shop, but my wallet had came up missing. So there's admins that he stole my wallet right there because they found it in his car.
So he entered your house, your shop?
Yeah, well, my garage doors are open, so he came in the garage probably seeing if we was out there.
Before he knocked on the door?
Before he knocked on the door.
Okay.
And then he must went from the shop. He's walking around my house, and he had flashlights shining in our picture window. It's like a 20-foot window. So
Okay.
he was beaming in our house with a light, trying to see who was awake or who's in the house. You know, for all he knew, it was just me and that guy and that girl.
Right.
He didn't realize there was my mom and her boyfriend in there as well. They were just woke up getting coffee. So they
Okay.
were wide awake when he pulled up.
Okay.
And my mom answered the door, and I finally came downstairs, and I said, shut the door. He's not a cab driver.
So your mom's at the door. She's engaged him already. They're talking. What was his statement to your mom?
He said, I want to check on the girl and make sure she's okay. And
The girl that was in the car with you?
yeah, the girl that was in the car is what he was referring to.
Okay.
And she said, well, that girl is fine just where she's at.
Right.
And he says, well, I'd like to see for myself. And it's 4:45 in the morning.
Right.
You know, and I come down the stairs as those moments are hitting. And I said, shut the door. He's not a cab driver. Well, I was scared that he was coming in.
So at this point, you know for a fact that he's not a cab driver.
No, 100%.
Or not a legit cab
Not
driver.
at all,
that.
you know.
Right.
And she didn't know. She thought we could have left belongings behind. So even if it was the cab driver, my mom ultimately thought, because she couldn't see the character because of the lights.
Right.
She thought it was the police.
Oh, okay.
So she answered the door because she thought it was law enforcement.
Right. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was James Hampton.
Right.
And so I ran out the back door
Okay.
to try and create some friction. Like, hey,
You're fully dressed, or you're
no,
not fully
I'm in shirt. I'm got my shirt off. I'm in my gym shorts.
Right.
No shoes, nothing. Like, it's late.
Right.
And I walk around. I'm thinking, at minimum, I'm gonna have to tell him to leave. There's gonna be an argument, and the most I'll call the cops, and then he'll leave.
Right.
I'm not thinking that he's gonna act like he's gonna leave. Well, yeah, so I tell him, I said, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the property because you're scaring the living shit out of everyone on here.
Right.
And so he gets to his car and he says, I'll agree to leave your house and yada, 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 whatever. He says, but if and when I do and before I leave, I will have that girl.
So he proceeded to his car.
Yep.
But then he tells you that he wants.
Once he gets his car door open, and I'm stuck between the car door, a tree's right here, and the only exit I have is through him in my close quartered area. Because he opened the door, I was right here.
Right.
Well, when he opened the door and he got in his car, I kind of stepped away, which don't put very much room in between us.
Right.
And He said, if you don't give me the girl, he said, I'm going to kill you. Which my mom heard that. She's eyewitness. She'd seen the stabbing and all.
So at that point, what's going through your mind?
I mean, as soon as he said he was going to kill me, I knew he was committed.
Right.
Like, he's not going to say that. I mean, you might say something else if you're going to do anything.
Because you discovered since then that he had made some posts about hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in reference to we don't know what.
No.
But now we know.
We know he was going on a hunt to either rape some girl.
And we have those.
Whatever got in the way,
We actually have
whatever
those
got in those ways of his fetishes that he wanted.
Right.
Was raping the girl was all he wanted. But it didn't matter. He was a killer, a torturer, or a rapist all in one. That's what he wanted. It says in that post that he wants
this is the post you're referring to.
Yeah, right there. He says the only time that I've ever truly enjoyed myself was when I was torturing people or loving people. And then which side of me are you on? That's just an evil. It's poetry.
Yeah.
And the bottom one, that's the last one out. And he never made another post after that because he already so fast. That was the last post he made.
Right. He fulfilled what he said he was going to do.
And just one of these days, I'm going to get fed up and go hunting. Then here he is. He's hunting the bars at night.
Right.
And it's not hunting season, so we all know you ain't out hunting in the woods.
Right. And so reports say that he was casing the bars previous nights
Yeah,
before
I heard stories, whether they're liable or not, that Ken Broniak, the owner of the filler, said that guy had been in there all the time. And it's always late. 2:30, 2:45. They could probably look at their cameras and tell him, like, you're an organized comer.
And now we know he's posing as a cab driver, Uber driver. Was he actually a cab driver?
No, he was not.
So you did your research, and he was not a cab
he
driver.
was not an Uber driver.
So
at all.
did you see
he
anybody?
Even told the owner. He even told Kevin, the bartender.
Right.
Are you the cab driver? He says, yes, I am the cab driver.
But did you ever see him drop anybody off?
No.
So he just came in and posed as a cab driver.
Well, we walked out. He was already sitting there. So whether he dropped anyone off or picked anyone up, we
don't know.
We didn't see it.
Right.
But we walked out on the Uber phone line.
Okay.
And he heard us trying to get a hold of the Uber. So then he chimed in, and he knew I could have said no, and I could have waited on my Uber I just called.
So we learned, check them license plates.
Check
Make
everything.
Sure check everything.
Identification.
Identification.
They should be badged.
I used to wear my ID around my neck. I used to wear mine around my neck. You know, that's what I used to do. That was one of the things that made people feel real safe. Right. I'd wear my ID, my driver's license, my credentials around my neck. So let's get back to the house. So he tells you that he's going to kill you if he doesn't leave with that girl. So did you ever think about giving him the girl?
No, I would not have gave it.
Right.
I said, well, I thought about it again. I said, man, we could have gave the girl away.
Right.
But who does that?
Who does that? Right.
And no, I didn't. We didn't do that. No one would do that. If you did, you wouldn't be no better than he would.
Right. You wouldn't be no better than he would. So what transpired between him saying that and him at his car? So now you're at a standstill with him.
And this standstill of time wasn't 35 seconds. From the time I seen his face till we got to the car, I was stabbed that quick. Right. It all went so fast. As soon as he said he was going to kill me, I did see the blade.
You saw the blade
I saw the blade in that. And as soon as I seen the blade, he said that. So he had the blade out before he said anything.
Okay.
It was showing. He let me know. You know
right.
What I mean? And as soon as he said I was going to kill you, I told my mom. I just whispered through my peripheral because.
So you didn't actually turn.
No, I had my back turned because I was always all on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But she was within 20 feet.
Right.
And I said, Mom, just go ahead and call the police.
Right.
And it wasn't no sooner than I said, Poe, I was already slit and gutted.
And this
all in that same. I bet I said it all in the same instance that he slit me.
And so
because that was the only distraction I had was my mom.
And so when this happened, did you know you were cut at the time? Your adrenaline
No, I didn't
rushing?
feel nothing. I literally thought he cut me only here because I couldn't see nothing here because I was lacered from here down.
Right.
So I could tell I got cut here because that was my intestines. It fell out. I couldn't see this cut. Any of this under my nipple?
Yeah.
I couldn't see none of that because my titties were poking out farther than I could see, but anyone that looked at me, they already knew.
So it was almost like a prison style slash.
So
like
what?
He wanted to hit you under the armpit.
Me. He didn't stab me and dig in.
Yeah.
He went. If you were me and I was him.
Yeah.
He sliced me like this.
Okay.
He didn't go in like this because it just wasn't how it went. He wouldn't have been as fast like that. It was so quick, he just sliced me once.
And from there, what do you remember what happened from there?
I walked to my kitchen. He left immediately. He wasn't trying to get caught.
Right.
If he'd had killed another 3 minutes, he'd been busted at the end of the driveway or on the road.
Bring that picture back up. So you're telling me you walked from your driveway to your kitchen like this?
Yeah, I walked probably 90 feet to 100 feet with my intestines in my hands.
Did you know?
Yeah, I was carrying them, man. I wasn't hanging out. As soon as they dropped, I had this instinct because that stuff connects to all your airwaves,
Right.
all your nerves. So when that stuff falls out, you feel like you're getting ripped in half.
Right.
Like right in here. Everything. Your heart even strains. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it was immediate. Like, I didn't let them hang.
You
Like,
didn't fall.
As soon as he got me in me, it was instinct that I knew my intestines were coming forward.
Right.
So I caught him. As soon as he pulled the knife out, my hands were already.
You caught him.
I caught him. I pushed him in because they hurt so bad just to have him hanging. I had to put pressure on that. And then I walked in. My mom runs into Barry. He's inside. That's the boyfriend.
Okay.
And he's the one that called the cops.
Right.
Because she hollered, call the cops.
Right.
He didn't know, but called the police. You know?
Right.
And she runs in. She's traumatized at this point because she says, I was heading to call the police. I turned my back to call. She said, I heard you go, or whatever you do. And she says, I've seen it in movies.
Right.
But that's fake. She says, because I heard it in real life that night. And it's a total different thing, but it's pretty close.
Right.
And she said, I knew I didn't even turn around. She said, I knew you was already stabbed.
Right.
Like she said, I knew I didn't have to look. But she did look because I turned around. She thought I was dead. She thought it was the last time she was going to see me, so I bled out her. However.
So are you still standing in the kitchen? Are you standing in your kitchen, or are you
When
laying
I got
down?
to the kitchen, when I walked probably 60, 70 feet, however far it was, I was probably 40 foot in front of my garage, and I probably had 30 foot from the garage to the kitchen.
Okay.
So there was 90 feet I traveled.
Adrenaline rushing, traveling.
Yep.
Right.
And Mom runs in. She's like, Barry's like, what's happened? She said, he got stabbed.
Right.
Well, Barry thinks like I got stabbed, and everybody thinks I just got stabbed. No one
just
realizes.
poked.
No one knows what disemboweled is. That means
Right.
your whole interiors of your body is outside your body.
Right.
So I come in, and he's thinking I got poked somewhere or something, which you could die either way. You can die off poke just as easy as you can getting slaughtered.
Correct.
And hell, a stab is sometimes more deadly depending on where they hit you.
Because you might bleed inside.
Yeah, you could just die immediately.
Yeah.
And so I'm like thinking maybe I could have got stabbed and been better off. No, I'm probably lucky as I got.
Were you drinking that night, or were you?
I was actually the DD, designated driver, till 1 a.m.
Right.
So I mean, you figure we left at 2:30.
Right.
And I was gonna keep driving. I was like, well, I'll have a couple of drinks. And I said, but the truck will get parked.
Right.
And I will just retrieve a ride. And I left my truck at the palace. So we didn't. 1 o'clock I wasn't driving, and the hospital even said we're surprised what your level was, because most people in your shape that come in here that were drinking, they're 2.6, 0.24s. They're high.
And they're bleeding.
Yeah, they're high as heck, and they're like, you were a tenth over the legal limit. Like, so, I didn't have no real hard amount of alcohol in me. So I knew I was like, well, I couldn't have been that drunk because I only drink for an hour or two, you know.
So get us from your kitchen to the hospital. How that? Because you live out in the country, correct?
Yeah, it took them about 35 minutes for the ambulance to get there. The sheriffs and deputies came in, and I said, how did you beat the ambulance
35 minutes.
And they said, well, we always beat the ambulance here.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Because they're understaffed. They're understaffed.
I didn't know, but yeah, that was a dumb question in my eyes. Well, no, yeah, you guys, of course you beat the ambulance here. Right. And when I got in the helicopter.
So the helicopter, they took you to the hospital, to the helicopter, or the helicopter landed on your property?
They took the ambulance to my house from Howard Community.
Okay.
They picked me up and then took me to their parking lot, and then the helicopter came to the parking lot, and then they loaded me up there.
Okay.
And so I bled out for 2 hours.
Okay.
Got there, and there were some weather corrections. I should have been down in Indy, but for some odd reason I got put up at Lutheran.
Okay. Which is in Fort Wayne?
Yeah, Fort Wayne.
Okay.
And I did a day and a half there, and they told me I had to go, and they wouldn't really tell me that. but they released me because they couldn't find my insurance or even run my old insurance or even locate insurance that I had.
So they saved you, but they had to release you.
They released me. They wouldn't say they released me because I had no insurance.
Right.
But
you think
that was
reason.
ultimately why they released me, because I was thinking a day and a half later, I'm like, I'm not ready to go home.
Right.
Like, I want to lay here for 7 more days. Like,
Right.
Let me,
I think we have a picture of you in the hospital.
Yeah, I was like, let me heal up a little bit. Well, they couldn't find mine. I said, well, if I had my wallet, I would show you my insurance card because I have good insurance. Right. I just don't know what it is. Well,
but this guy, James Hampton, had your wallet.
Yeah, he had my wallet. So not only did he get my wallet, I had to get booted out of the hospital. And then as soon as I did the run line with the detectives of like, choose the picture of who he is, you know. Right. So, well, this won't be real hard. He's only been on the news for a week now.
Right.
And I was just joking with him.
Right.
But so yeah, I even told them, I was like, how are you not getting him with a burglary charge?
Yeah.
I said, because I blamed and cussed the hospital that they lost my wallet.
Right.
And I feel bad now that I need to write them a letter because he's the one who stole the wallet now.
So during your research, did you find out if this guy, can we bring that guy up, this James Hampton guy, did you find out if he had any prior history or what his background was?
I mean, from what I understand, he got out of prison in 2016 or something.
Somewhere
I'm not
there.
exact, right in there. But he did. He went from there on. He was from the time he was 18. So you figure if he did 23 years in prison already for murdering his dad.
Oh, he killed his dad.
Yeah, he beat his dad to nothing, non-recognition.
This guy right here.
Yep.
He beat his dad 23 years ago.
Yep. He beat his dad with a bedpost, and then he buried the bedpost, right-angled a hole underneath the shed, buried the post.
Uh-huh.
And they found his dad unrecognizable. He said he only hit his dad 3 times. Which they know he didn't hit his dad 3 times. He literally hit his dad till there was nothing left.
So this guy killed his own dad 23 years ago.
Yep.
They let him out on the street.
And then
which is a heinous crime.
He had 5 violent charges pending on him the night of which he stabbed me.
He had 5 violent charges.
Yeah, batteries. I mean, you could look at him. He's had 7 violent charges since he got off for murder. Heck, as soon as he should have made the first violent charge, they should have put him right back away.
So
if
he's
he
obviously
wasn't done killing. He wasn't a healed man.
So he's obviously dangerous and violent. So let me ask you this question. This is the question I want to ask you. I know you're not glad it was you, but are you grateful it was you because you had so much willpower and so much strength to fight through it and not somebody else that
I'm grateful it was me because my mom could have got murdered.
Right.
That girl, for one, I could have lost my best friend. Right. I could have sent them away in the cab, and LT, Telma Nix, he could have been dead in a ditch.
Right.
We'd never seen the girl again because she'd at minimal been getting raped.
Right.
So she admitted that she wasn't going to do what he wanted.
Right.
I mean, we don't know that, but that's
the girl
all
was
he
his
wanted.
intended victim.
That was the whole suspect that night.
Right.
Was her.
So you were her guardian angel that night.
Yeah.
You know, so
she's even reached out to me thanking me for all of her stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wasn't like we planned to do that. Like it was a random hunt for that guy. Like we'd just be the ones. It could have been anyone else.
Right.
If we didn't go to the filler that night, who else would have walked out
exactly
there? It would have been them, or it might have been just a girl alone
by herself.
And then he could have just nabbed her. He didn't.
Well,
even
I don't know if a girl would get in the car with him. He's pretty scary looking dude. But
I
don't know. Maybe if you're drunk, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you're drunk, you don't know. Some people question me when they get in the car with me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't look half as bad as this guy.
Man, I don't know. Look at that. He looks pretty evil, man. I don't know if I'd ever.
Right.
I should have seen that.
Right.
I didn't.
So what would you say to people that are inebriated or looking for rides or coming out of the bar, knowing this situation? Because we hear about this all the time. And normally it's the cab driver who gets attacked or the Uber driver who gets attacked or robbed or the Lyft driver.
Right.
But there are certain cases I've heard of where the passenger is attacked by the driver or somebody posing as a driver. That's why they say check the license plate, make sure everything matches up. So what would you say, because if you're drunk, sometimes you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
he was highly intoxicated.
Yeah.
He smelled like a brewery.
He did.
My mom said it. She wasn't drinking. So us all drinking, we couldn't smell him.
Right.
Because we'd just smell all of our alcohols. But my mom said when he came to the door, she smelled I don't even think he left. I think he went down the road and posted up
and contemplating
and was drinking his bottle and building up the courage to go do whatever he was doing.
Right. And
that's
you just
what he
happen
done.
to be
Hour and a half, hour and 45. You can barely make Kokomo back on that time. That's such a weird window. Like if you went to town and came back, you'd be more close to an hour.
and you're out toward
Hour
Tipton
and
and
45
Windfall,
minutes
correct?
later, man, you're so far out. You sat somewhere and
Right.
contemplated what you was doing.
Because we're talking Tipton Windfall area, correct?
No, this is out in Roosevelt.
Oh, Roosevelt area.
This is
Okay.
like 5-6 miles
east.
west of here.
Yeah. Okay. West. Yeah. Okay. I got you. So, what would be your take on this? What would you tell people that are in your that could be in your situation? How you handle it? You know, because obviously you didn't panic. You know, what would you say leaving the bar? What would be your best advice if you've had a few drinks and you need a driver? Stick with the plan.
Call the number. Don't take any reference from anyone that just walks up to you,
Right.
saying they're a cab driver.
Right.
Make sure you call the place. Make sure they have a dispatch to where they're going, and you wait on that cab.
Right.
Don't just trust someone saying they're a cab driver, even though you're on the phone with the cab service.
Right.
So that could have been thought a little differently.
Could have been thought a little different, but you know, all the time we don't think like that.
I've been doing this for years. You know how many random cabs I've took
Yeah.
in 30 years?
and we don't expect it to happen.
No,
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
It's never been a thing. But
And like me, I've been
in
the
that
industry-
case, he was one thing, and that was what he was doing. He was
Yeah.
he may not even been a cab share rider somewhere else.
Yeah.
He might have just been.
He came up with the idea.
He might have just came up a dark alley
Yeah.
and seen a girl,
Yeah.
and then there wouldn't be nothing. But
Yeah.
that was a great alibi to get anyone alone.
Well, like I said, man, I've been doing this since 2012, since before Uber and Lyft, and it's getting to the point now where I don't even feel safe as a driver anymore.
Yep.
You know, because you never know what you're going to encounter. So I appreciate you coming to tell your story. Is there anything else you want to add to your story, or anything you want to let people know? What's to come? This guy's been charged, right? So, but nothing's came of it yet.
Well, he's getting charged, but as if no one knows, he has no indigency, so he makes no money. He has nothing.
Right.
So no one's giving me. It's not like I'm going to get rich off this character that viciously stabbed me, you know, or inadequately, however he planned to do what he done.
So, do you have a GoFundMe set up or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we're gonna share that with them.
Yep.
We're gonna put that up and share
Put that on the end.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
But there's no money been given. I've not applied for any help on medical. I just got my medical bills yesterday.
And
I'm scared to look at them.
Yeah, I bet.
I heard the helicopter ride alone is $150,000.
I bet.
But I don't know.
I'm not sure on the numbers.
I know personally everybody thinks I'm going to sue him and I'm going to get his.
Where you gonna get from him?
His whole estate. He has nothing. What, a cardboard box?
Yeah, you're not gonna get nothing from him.
Yeah, so I ain't looking for the money, and the money ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's not out right now because he could have got away with so many more people in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, if no one caught him.
Right.
He really just didn't know who he stabbed that night and what house he left and how much he was screwed.
Right.
He was caught red-handed.
So what I will say is, you're blessed. Thank you for coming to do this show, man. I appreciate it. I think this is gonna be a good one. This is What's the Issue with Mike Robb. We got Derek Wheeler, victim, Angel. We should say
Angel.
So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep.